Okay, so this is over how the shipment drone works. And okay, so when you install it on a ship and you like click the module, you should get a screen like this. And basically any sector that's green is planets that the shipment drone can get to and still make it to other planets. So the restriction on these is they cannot leave a sector unless they have a warplane joining the two. So even if you don't have warplanes, you can put a shipment drone in this first sector and it will jump between those 5 planets. You could put it here and it will jump between those two. But it's kind of wasteful without warplanes up. So, you know, how you set your warplanes up is partly um, dependent on your drone usage, but I think it's also a lot dependent on how much you run shipments and where your planets are laid out. In my opinion, you definitely want this sector and this sector to both have warplanes. Just because this is 2, 3 is 5, and 2 is 7. This is 7 destinations in 2 sectors. And so the thing is that is like even at where I'm at, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is just under half of my planets are in 2 sectors. So I mean that's half my economy there. Uh, so I think you should always join those two, and then after that, maybe focus on these bigger planets like the ones that get 40 or more, uh, or I think it's the water planets. Decent rewards. Maybe it's Terran. I don't know. Whichever ones produce the highest reward. These are regular rewards on gas planets. So, just however that works. But I think outside of these two, your other concern is that you want to be able to get to your planets that aren't connected. And so you kind of want to have a warplane. Like I have a warplane here, and you know I can make that jump, and that's all I have to drive to get to that planet. So the thing that happens here is you have a planet that is in your warplane sector, right? So this planet has shipments that go to these 5 off-lane planets, but it also has shipments that go to other places on. And so what the drone's only going to take that one, and those two, and this one, and that one to get there. But you're not getting anything off of these off-world or these off-lane planets. So what you generally do is you go through here, and it helps if you have a naming convention or you just can memorize which planets are your on lane and which ones are your off lane. And where's my Firefly? Okay. So you unload what you got, and then you hit your shipment drone, and you can target any planet in a green sector. It doesn't really matter. But basically, you just say, okay, go here. And what it'll do now is it'll pick up a ship or a load of shipments here, and it'll take them to wherever it decides. There. And then once it gets there, if there's shipments there that need to go out, it'll pick them up. If there's not, then it'll go to wherever has more shipments. And it'll just repeat that over and over. And so basically at that point, anything that's in this sector that goes, or anything that's attached to your warplanes that ships to another planet on your warplanes, it will deliver and take care of you. The only problems you have are your off-lane planets. You have to manually go out and grab your on-lane shipments. And shipments that are on lane, you have to pick up and ship them manually to your off-lane planets. But otherwise, I mean, that's pretty much it. And it'll just sit there and take care of it for you. Now, the duration on it is 1 hour. And this is personal preference, but I like to try to wait until your time for shipments is between 30 and 45 minutes. It really doesn't matter, but if you hit that timeline, then it'll still have 15 to 20 minutes left on it when your next shipments come in. And so if there are any more that pop up on these planets, it'll deliver them for you. But it's not a big deal, I don't think. The biggest thing to make sure of is if you fill a planet up, like here I've got 40 over 24. If my shipment counter clicks over, while that is overstocked, it'll delete shipments. So that's the other reason I kind of like to do it with a lot of time left. I think that's pretty much it. I have another video that I'm working on that's talks about how to run your off-lane shipments, especially. And once you get higher levels of your drone, there are more complex ways you can try to make sure you get a higher bonus and make more money out of it. But with your level 1 drone, it only picks up 4 shipments at a time. And in my head, it's not really that worth it to go through and do those advanced techniques. But I may do a video over that at some point, just to show how it's done. But otherwise, that's it. So there you go.